Welcome to Marketing Edge on TV, Nigeria's leading initiative in the business of brand management and the management of brand business. It is a 30-minute potpourri of brand news, branding focus, industry conversation, all in the mix and aimed at promoting the brand idea. My name is Dele Agadumo. You're welcome to the program.
It's insightful, it's exciting, it's enriching. It's Marketing Edge on TV, a half-hour TV show on the business of brand management and the management of brand business. Marketing Edge on TV is a potpourri of juicy and exclusive industry news on brands, advertising, media, PR, brand and focus, industry conversation, and the entire gamut of integrated marketing communications business. It's a business show with glamour and grandeur. We serve you hot and sizzling with all ingredients in the mix. Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the brand ideal.
Welcome to brand news on Marketing Edge on TV.
MTN, the leading network provider, has unveiled a range of features and offerings, giving subscribers access to affordable data rates under the recently revamped Pulse proposition for Nigerian youth. The exercise became necessary because the network provider intends to support the Nigerian youths with platforms that will help them ignite their passion and creativity. According to the telecom company, the new Pulse plans include Instagram and TikTok bundles of 350 megabytes for 100 naira, valid for 1 day, and 1 gigabyte for 200 naira, valid for 7 days. The nightlife bundle of 250 megabytes for 25 naira also allows subscribers to buy up to 2 gigabytes usable between 11 p.m. and 6 a.m. daily. Subscribers will also earn Pulse points when they buy 1 gigabyte TikTok bundles, subscribe to Music Time, or buy data via My MTN app. The points are accumulated and can be exchanged for free data. Commenting on the Pulse revamped plans, the acting Chief Marketing Officer, MTN Nigeria, Anthony Obi, said, "Nigerian youths are diverse with varying interests." Association of Advertising Agencies of Nigeria, AAAN, in partnership with Henley Africa, will be launching an advertising academy, a virtual hub where the next generation of creatives will be birthed and nurtured. AAAN, the umbrella body that coordinates and promotes the interests of advertising agencies in Nigeria, made the announcement via a tweet stating that additional information will be aired soon. Henley Business School Africa is a global school and one of the oldest business schools with campuses in Asia, Africa, and Europe. The African institution shares international accreditation with its parent and is also locally accredited in South Africa. In 2020, Henley Business School partnered telecommunications company MTN and Afrinoli Creative Hub to provide entrepreneurial training and coaching to contestants on the debut season of MTN Yellow Star, a capacity-building initiative by MTN Nigeria to discover, nurture, and launch music talents in Nigerian youths. The Ikun Dairy Farm Limited, a joint venture between Promasidor Nigeria Limited and Ekiti State Government, has announced the arrival of the first batch of pregnant Jersey cows from a minimum pre-ordered pool of over 500 heifers from the United States as part of efforts to boost local milk production in Nigeria. The cargo with the cows arrived in the country recently as an addition to the biological pool of 192 indigenous and crossbreeds available on the farm. Marketing Edge on TV gathered that the Ikun Dairy Farm Limited, through Promasidor and Ekiti State Government, with the immeasurable support of the Central Bank of Nigeria, is working towards ensuring that more of the breed would arrive in the coming weeks. The shipments will provide a better breed of cows for the rapidly growing Nigerian dairy industry, which will help the diversification of the Nigerian economy. The Counselor for Agricultural Affairs at the U.S. Mission to Nigeria, Gerald Smith, noted that the introduction of U.S. dairy cows would boost local milk production and contribute significantly to ensuring sustainable food security in Nigeria. In a bid to make the new close-up variant and its unique benefits available to millions of Nigerian customers through an online platform with the widest reach in the country, global fast-moving consumer goods giant Unilever has entered a strategic partnership with Jumia Nigeria to make its latest toothpaste variant, Close-Up Triple Fresh Formula, accessible and available to consumers across Nigeria at the best market prices. Speaking on the partnership, the field sales manager Unilever Nigeria, Ibidare Adegunle, said, "As Nigeria's leading e-commerce platform, the partnership with Jumia will let Close-Up meet its millions of users across the country and give them the opportunity to get the new Close-Up Triple Fresh. As the best brand that gives long-lasting freshness, the new Close-Up with Triple Fresh cleans deeply, fights up to 90% of bacteria, and cools intensely."
Well, that's it on Brand News on Marketing Edge on TV. Coming up next is Branding Focus.
Baby, say you there for me. As I there for you. Oh, no. Your boy born dead. Nothing I can't do, my baby, my baby. Nothing I can't do, my baby, my baby. Anytime when you need to come to my side.
You can now get points on MTN polls and exchange your points for free data. Dial *406# to join.
You're welcome to Branding Focus on Marketing Edge on TV. The advent of digital marketing, with all intents and purposes, has been described as a blessing in disguise. However, despite the beauty and desirability of digital marketing in today's brand management business, feelers emanating from a critical subsector of the integrated marketing communication sector have revealed that there are fears about the all-encompassing unique selling points of digital marketing. Specifically, the media independent practitioners in the country appear to be jittery over the all-inclusive benefits of digital marketing to the advertiser and the consumers. At the recently held MIPAN Business Outlook Conference, the president of the August body, Mr. Femi Adelusi, who, while expressing concern over the effects of COVID-19 pandemic, noted more fearfully the fact that digital marketing has in recent times been taking over media agency duties and responsibilities. It observed that margins have continued to shrink for the media agencies as clients are joining the trend of digital marketing by accessing the consumers out there without the support of third parties, which the media agencies represent. More critical and challenging for the media agencies is the fact that the traditional media of advertising have been witnessing an incredible decline in business volumes, unlike in the past when it held sway. The advent of digital marketing appears to be rewriting media rules in practice as regards consumer engagement. Succinct and explicable the arguments appear to be, the question that agitates the mind is, what can practitioners in the media independent space do to mitigate or curtail the growing influence of digital marketing, especially its aggressive incursion into the media space? Perhaps the media independent practitioners would have to do more introspection as the incursion and influence of digital marketing appears largely unstoppable. Reason? It is the major determining factor for business growth and profitability in the age of new normal. Being the precursor of the new normal, digital marketing in the present situation and circumstance of the world on the throes of COVID-19 pandemic has assumed greater relevance in planning and business execution. For almost a year or so now, most corporations have embraced a new work culture that is rooted in the digital space. Business owners and enterprises are upgrading their skills and competences so as to become more digitally savvy. Whatever were the old ideas and culture of work is gradually paving way for digitalization. The media specialists may have realized the need for soul-searching to overcome present challenges when their president said, quote, "But we must adapt and evolve, even as we continue to navigate the new normal, because the excuses of 2020 will no longer be tenable in 2021, unquote. But more importantly, all stakeholders in the integrated marketing communication sector must accept the new reality and the compelling need to deliver more values to clients like never before.
And that's Branding Focus on Marketing Edge on TV. Coming up next is Industry Conversation. Stay with us.
Dear customer, link your Airtel number to your national identification number today. Here are easy ways you can do it. Dial *121*1# on your Airtel line and follow the prompts on the screen. Type in your 11-digit government-approved NIN number. You will receive a confirmation message to confirm your entry. You can also visit www.airtel.com.ng/NIN to link your phone number to your NIN. If you do not know your NIN, simply dial *346# to get it. No stress, no wahala.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Voting has begun for the Gauge Awards 2021. The nominees: Online Comedian of the Year, Mr. Macaroni, Lasisi Elenu, MC Lively, Tawoma, Sydney Toka, Lotus Choice Online Influencer of the Year, Bamilari, Nengi Hampson, Aisha Yusuf, Erica, Newedin Romike Adoye. Banking App of the Year, Access Bank, Alert by Weber, GT Bank, FeeBank, Zenith Bank, Data Service Provider of the Year, MTN, Airtel, Glow, Swift 9 Mobile, Digital Artist of the Year, Lakon, Yemi Alade, Davido, Wizkid, Mayokun, Breakout App of the Year, Aeropay, What Africa, Clubhouse, TikTok, Zoom. Go to www.gageawards.com to vote and be a fan for real. Gauge Awards, celebrating the good of the web.
Talking about government policies, do you think with the emergence of COVID-19, do you think there's been I don't want to say a reduction, maybe a slacking a bit of the government policies, and what do you think have been their effects on advertising spend, whether digital or outdoor? How has that affected the business?
Well, again, I go back to the numbers. If you go to the numbers and you see in 2020, some sectors, a lot of sectors were negatively impacted. The sectors that were positively impacted were the financial sector, the ICT sector, and then you had water supply, sewage, human health, social services, and then agriculture. But when you look at everything from electricity to manufacturing to travel to hotels and hospitality, they were negatively impacted. So, but what I think the opportunity we lost was that we had an opportunity with COVID-19 and with NSAS to kind of reboot the system. But we have not seen government policies that are tending to reboot the system.
Okay.
And that will continue to affect investor confidence. If you look at inflow of foreign direct investment, of course, 2020 was not a good year for a lot of countries, but it was terrible for Nigeria, because even in, I think, 2019, countries like Ghana were attracting a higher FDI than Nigeria, even before we went into COVID. But the government policies have not been confidence inspiring enough, especially in the area of security. Especially in the area of security. We've had, of course, some parts in the north which have always been, having problems with insurgents. Lately, you have some issues here and there about herdsmen and the rest of them, which continues to affect agriculture, but also affect the outlook. But that is one of the things that the NESG is saying, and which is why, I really like what they put together, looking at 4 priorities for the Nigerian economy. And they highlighted what those priorities should be in terms of what government should be doing. And very clearly, those priorities are, the first priority that government should be doing is looking at macroeconomic stability. Okay. The second priority is looking at policy and regulation consistency. The third is sectoral reforms. And the fourth is human capital development. So it's critical that at a time like this, government acts decisively, and because citizens will then get the confidence. And this is a time, again, when government should be spending, so that, as you can see, even in the United States, that before Trump left, there was an act that he passed that allowed him to give checks to citizens to spend. And President Biden has just come in and is also targeting another relief where he's giving checks, I think, up to $1,400, $1,500 to spend, because this is a time that government should spend. When government spends, citizens will, then you can bring back the economy to a point where citizens gain the confidence and citizens begin to spend. And those are the things that the Nigerian government needs to do, even within the challenges. There's certain things that the government has done right as well, so it's also important to always look at that. And if you look at some of the investment in infrastructure, some of the railway projects, Lagos-Ibadan, Kaduna, Abuja, and the rest of them, and the ones that are coming on stream, they are positive in terms of government spending and to build infrastructure, and it's also positive that they're linking the Lagos-Ibadan to the ports, so that you can begin to reduce the stress on our highways, yes, and move that to through the railway. So those are some of the positives. But in terms of certain fundamentals we need to deal with, one of them is, as Nigeria, we need to optimize our federal system, and citizens across the country must have a sense of inclusive development. And those are the things that are soft issues but are very important.
And looking at all of the government's efforts, at including the citizens, would you say that they have been successful? And if they have, is that translating into a better economy for us? Maybe by the end of this year, would you be looking at a better economy, looking at also how to put into consideration the fact that the second wave is still hovering? Second wave is still hovering, and we don't know what's going to happen after the second wave. And even when the vaccines land, you have the anti-vaccine people who would not take vaccines. So I don't think that, and government knows, I believe government knows that we haven't quite done enough in terms of what government needs to do. And some of those things, as we said,
needs strong leadership to do. This government, of course, inherited certain things, and they've struggled because they've actually come in at a time where the economy is taking these hits, where oil prices have also gone this low. But there's certain things that the government needs to do to redress some of these issues. And you know, some of them are maybe failings that have been there for a long time, but the role of leadership is to take the helm and to move decisively, no matter what has happened in the past. One of them is the rule of law, as simple as that. That when someone breaks the law, how do the law enforcement agents deal with it? How does the justice system deal with it? Because when we begin to introduce different laws for different people, it sends a wrong message out there, and citizens begin to believe that they are not really part of the nation. That's number one. Number two is that people begin to resort to self-help, which could easily lead to anarchy, and where you say if government is not protecting our lives, then citizens begin to wrongly, but also rationally, so rational behavior to protect themselves, buy arms and do all of that. So I think that there's what government needs to do on the economic side. But I say that, you know, what I think government should do more is more the soft issues, the issues of, you know, inclusiveness, the issues of investment in the right sectors, and the issues that really begins to sell us as one Nigeria, which is really failing at this time.
Now, also, the advertisers also have had, you know, to cut advertising spend, you know, pull back a bit from spending so much money on traditional advertising. How has that affected you and the creative industry in general?
It's affected everyone in, you know, in a negative way, because what the client is spending is what the client is spending. However, is also affected some in a positive way, because you've started to now look at that client in a different light, and to begin to look at the skills that we bring to the table, and to look at solving the client's problems. At the end of the day, the client wants a problem solved. Whether there's COVID or no COVID, they want products to move. Whether there's COVID or no COVID, they want customers to experience the product. They want them to sample the product. They want them to buy the product. We've had to reconstruct some of this because we've looked at what has happened with the path to purchase, with the route to market, and see that, yes, this is the way that customers are buying, and how can we help our clients to solve the problems. So what we've done really from a client's point of view is that even if the client is not spending as much as they used to, is a time to listen to the client, is a time to understand the problem, and is a time to then seek to solve those problems. And hopefully we hope we're able to do that with the kind of new skills that we're bringing on board. Something else that we also see is also that increasingly you then begin to see, you know, functionally between agencies you have these strict lines. I'm an advertising agency, I'm a direct marketing agency, I'm an experiential agency, I'm a digital agency. But we've tried as much as possible to play up problem solving and to look at that across board, and to see in certain cases where the lines are blurred, because the client simply wants his problem solved. Yes.
Okay, thank you very much for being our guest. All right, then we have been speaking with Tunji Adeyinka. He's the Group Managing Director of the Republicom Group, a full-service agency with an inspired agenda to transform businesses in Africa by offering strategic business, marketing, and communication solutions to meet their needs in the digital age. And that's our package for Industry Conversation this week.
Baby, say you there for me. As I there for you. Oh, no. Your boy born dead. Nothing I can't do, my baby, my baby. Nothing I can't do, my baby, my baby. Anytime when you need to come to my side,
You can now get points on MTN polls and exchange your points for free data. Dial *406# to join.
That has been our package on Marketing Edge on TV, and it has been a very, very interesting package at that. Be sure to join us same time next week when we take another look at branding focus, brand news, and industry conversation. My name is Dele Agadu. Thank you very much for watching.
The Premier Institute, positioned for advancement of governance in Nigeria and beyond, deliberate about improvement of capacity of legislatures and democratic institutions, inspiring scholars in pursuit of legislative assertion.
Eager to share our best practices.
Watch Inside News, Fridays at 9 p.m. on TVC.
In addition to its core functions, the Central Bank of Nigeria has over the years performed some major developmental roles focused on all the key sectors of the economy, including financial, agricultural, and industrial sectors.
Beyond our intervention programs, we are also working to encourage banks and financial institutions to lend from their balance sheets in order to support the growth of critical sectors of the economy, such as agri, MSMEs, and the real estate sector.
Join me, Oluyemi Sidada, as I bring to you weekly news highlights, exclusive stories, in-depth analysis of the monetary and economic policies and intervention initiatives of the Apex Bank. From the CBN, going for growth.
Housing is fundamental to the physical, mental, social well-being and quality of life. In Nigeria, a large proportion of people live in slums and unplanned settlement because of their inability to own a house or rent decent accommodation. On this program, I analyze the challenges affecting the housing sector with stakeholders to provide solutions.
I don't think that anybody can pretend that we're going to close the 17 million homes gap in 5 years.
Each episode gives an insight into the housing plight of Nigerians.
The gate man here needs a house as much as the millionaire who is driving past there needs a house.
How can the housing sector be made better? Would the dream of owning a house by an average Nigerian be achieved? What strategies are the government putting in place to provide affordable and decent housing for all? Let's bring you up to speed on the happenings in the housing sector. Keep it.
The TVC News at 7 and the TVC News at 10 are not like any other news broadcast.
It's the big news hour, the hour for the big breaking stories.
We've got some of the best reporters on the field,
taking you through as it happens.
It's fast-paced, hard-hitting,
with investigations that matter.
bringing in news that affects your life.
With sport, entertainment, and business news, so you don't miss a thing.
Experience resourceful coverage with depth.
Every night.
At TVC News, wherever the big news story is happening, we're geared up to break it. TVC News, first with